Ça c'est piqué,
This week on the Bedroom Talk Show, we are discussing brown skinned girls. Do we really love our skin tone? With your host, Crystal J. And this week's guest is Ameikah Zahara Black. Stay tuned. Hey, you guys, welcome to the Bedroom Talk Show. It's your host, Crystal J, and I'm back with another dope Black queen. I am so excited to interview you guys. I met her on the Clubhouse, and when she was talking about her book and her mission and her challenge, it really caught my attention, me being a Black girl. Like, let me just introduce her, you guys. I got Miss Zahara Black. Hi,
Hi,
Zahara.
how you doing?
I'm doing good. I am
Hi,
so excited.
everyone.
You guys, I'm so excited. Like she has a book about Black girls and a Black mermaid. We're gonna get into this interview, you guys. And I know you like this. The name of this topic is interesting because we're really talking about colorism. That's what we're really talking about, and that's her mission. And I just love her, you guys. Like I met her on Clubhouse, and when she was talking about her challenge, I thought it was so sweet. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself to my viewers. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and tag people.
Yes. Well, hello. My name is Ameikah Zahara Black, and I wrote a book called The Adventures of Princess Amina, The Melanin Mermaid, and the Lessons of Magical Melanin. And just a quick summary, it's a book about a Black mermaid whose name is Princess Amina from the land of the underwater kingdom of Melanin Carbania. And her special powers is her melanin. And she uses that special power to help people. And in this particular story, because it's the first book in the series, she is actually helping a little girl named Zaria who doesn't like her skin tone. She's been teased about her skin and she doesn't like it. So Princess Amina basically is telling her that not only is her melanin magical, but it's got superpowers. And then she explains, because a lot of times when we talk about our melanin is magic and my melanin is popping, a lot of people don't really understand that melanin is really magical. So it's like the scientific portion of it is just like amazing. So in a kids version, she actually shows this little girl that her melanin is magical. And in the end, Zaria loves the skin she's melanin in. So that's my whole purpose, is for little girls and little boys, but all little Black children to realize that their skin is magical and to love it. So that's the purpose of my book. What I did was I came up with a challenge that I'm working on, that it's gonna be a continuous challenge, but I'm really focusing on it this February and this March, and it's called Affirm a Black Girl Challenge. And it's all about affirming Black little girls. So we're gonna do little boys, of course, but this month I'm focusing on little girls and affirming them, basically just not just the ones that you know, not the little girls that in your family, because you definitely want to do that, but just affirm a little Black girl that you don't know at the grocery store, at the gas station. Let them know that they're beautiful and their skin is beautiful. You will see, because it's like my mom and my daddy and my family told me I was beautiful, but if a stranger that I thought was beautiful told me I was beautiful, that gave me a different level of excitement. So it's called Affirm the Black Girl Challenge. I want people to do it, talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it, because I believe that it will change when we start affirming. Everybody affirms our little Black girls.
And now you see why I loved her. Like, do you
Thank
guys
you.
see it's February? Do you see why I wanted her to be a guest in February. Did anybody catch that? Um, okay, so I have some questions for you. One of my questions for you is, give me 1 second. What made you write a children's book? I'm pretty sure you stated it when you was talking and telling your story, but what actually just made you sit down and write this book? I know you wrote it in 45 minutes. I read all about you, but I want my viewers to know about you. So go right ahead.
Okay, so actually, I was talking to my mom, and my mom wrote a poetry book, Poems from a Mother's Heart, be coming out real soon. And she wrote a book, and so I was telling her that she should write this because she also wrote a couple of children's books that will be coming out soon. So I was actually encouraging my mama to write it. Like I was like, "Mom, you should write this book, and it should do this, you should do that." And so she was like, "Meek, why don't you write it?" I was like, "Okay." So then I went home. It was like 10 o'clock at night. So from 10 to 10:45, I wrote the book. So the next day, I emailed it to my mama. Of course, she was the first one, and then I emailed it to a couple of my friends and asked them what they thought, and all of them was like, "Oh my goodness, Mickey, you gotta do it." And I was like, "For real?" And then one of my friends, who's chocolate, she was actually a little bit darker than me. She was crying and she was like, "Mika, I needed this. You gotta do it." So I was like, "Okay." So I found me one illustrator, and it just didn't work out. He didn't see my vision because I was really specific about what I wanted my mermaids to look, from their facial features to their hair to their fins, the color of their fins. I knew exactly how I wanted them to look like. And so we kind of bumped heads, so that didn't work out. The second one was amazing. He was really great. But he was young and he had some other personal things going on, so it just didn't work out. The third one, I'm not gonna even talk about. It was just it just didn't work out. So then I had illustrator number four, who ended up being my illustrator, Brandon Wright, and we just worked together. It took a while because I actually wrote the book February 2018, and I didn't publish it to July 19th, 2020, which is my birthday. And it took a lot. I mean, it was a lot of times I was like, "Forget it, I'm not gonna do it." But with the encouragement of my mom, my friends, my stepfather, my brother, my son, I just really was able to eventually put it out. But it took time because I wanted not just a black mermaid. I wanted her features to be ethnic features. I wanted her nose to be, her lips to be, her eyes to be dope. All of them to be different color spectrums. She's dark, and then one is brown, one is a tan caramel, one is is light, very light. One of them is kind of light, a little light. So I got all spectrums of colors of the mermaid. So I'm excited, but yeah, it took a while for me to find an illustrator, and I was very specific. Even with him, I was like, that ain't gonna work. Nope. Let's do this over. No, I want her to be like this. And then, I would share it with my best critic, my mom, and she was like, so the eyes crooked. Tell them to do this. So we kind of worked together, but in the end, it all worked out, and it was a great success.
See, I understand the illustrator part because I'm in the process of writing a children's book. I am done. I've been done since October 2020. I have been through three illustrators myself. So I understand, like, it is not easy to find that illustrator that you fall in love with. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy. So I get it. If nobody get it, I personally get it. Like,
Yeah, it was a struggle, sis. Like, really, it became where for a while I just was like, maybe I shouldn't write this book because after the second illustrator, it took me a while to find a third one. And then the third one was the one that was like, "Yeah, I could do this. I got you. I got you." And then he sent me the illustration, and yeah, no.
believe it. My first illustrator, she was trash. My second illustrator, trash. My third one, perfect. When I tell you my third one, perfect. Like I love him. He's on all my projects.
Yeah, that's the same
Um,
with me.
Girl, all my projects. I'm not changing. I'm good. Stay where you at. You know me. I know you. You know I'm picky. I'm just like you. I'm so picky to the point where I'll be like, can you change this curl? This curl is kind of funny. Can you change this eye a little bit? Can you change? Oh, you got me wearing sneakers. I don't wear sneakers. Can you put me some heels on? Like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly how I was. Exactly.
I'm picky, so I get it. That's why when you was talking, I said, "Oh yeah, I fully get it." So why self affirmations? I know your mom encouraged you to write self affirmations for a children's book, but why?
Um, because we, as black people, but especially black girls, we have to affirm ourselves. It's we're living in a world where we don't get the accolades, the affirmations, the praise that we deserve. So we gotta start lifting ourselves up. Because if we don't, we will be dependent on a society that doesn't love us. And so we have to begin to not worry about what they think, because we already know who we are inside. So if we don't start teaching that at an early age, because I was taught at an early age, I had black dolls. I cried when I got a white doll. That's how much black dolls I had in my house. My mama wasn't playing about the black dolls. I had all black dolls, and I loved myself, but I still wanted the affirmation boys especially, but other people, I thought I wanted to know what they. So if we can start even with not only telling people they're beautiful, but teaching them to affirm, teaching the little girls and little boys to affirm themselves at an early age, and to see the beauty in their skin at an early age, then when they get older, that won't be an issue, because they're already getting the affirmation from their parents. But even if they're not, if a book like this comes out and you've been teased about being dark for so long, and now you can say, look, my skin is magical. Your skin not magical? Because my skin is magical. Like it does, like it turns gold. Like in the book, I said it turns gold when the sun touches, like gold. Whose skin turn gold but black folks? So that alone is like so amazing. So I just want them to walk in that with their head held high. I used to cover my mouth when I laughed, and my mom was like, what you doing? Don't cover your mouth when you smile. You got a beautiful smile. Just little things like that. So I just want them to see what they should see, that we are amazing people. And in the back of the book, since this is Black History Month, I intentionally made every one of the characters actual kings and queens of Africa. So in the back, every character it's a summary about them. Princess Amina was actually named after Queen Amina. Her mother name is Queen Makita, which was actually Queen Makita in Africa. And her father's name is King Mansa Musa, and that's really King Mansa Musa. So all of her friends or characters, everybody in the book is a African king or queen. Because we got to remember that our history didn't start from slavery. That we were even if all of our we can't be all linked to a king and queen. We come from royalty, from entrepreneurships, the from math, the creators of math and science, all of that. So yes.
I love that. That you actually name in your book. You have queens and kings, because I do feel like as Black people, we are kings and we are queens, and we should most definitely treat ourselves like that and raise our kids like that and say yes, king, yes, queen. When I say I
Mhm.
say yes, yes, like I love that, and I love that you actually put a thought into your book, because some people just write stuff and they ain't put no thought into it. And I
Yeah.
just feel that as Black people, you light skinned, so you're not Black. I like that you put a light skinned girl in there, a dark skinned girl in there. I seen your cover of your book. Let me show it for my audience, because her cover of her book is very beautiful, you guys. It's a black mermaid. So my next question for you is, what made you pick a black mermaid? Which I already know why. We all heard it, but why not a Indian mermaid, or why not another brown character instead of a black mermaid?
Um, well, mermaids first off, because um, because mermaids is something that I hadn't seen. This was before they decided to make the new Ariel black. But if you notice, even in the live version, where well, I think her name is Chloe, that's going to be playing the Black Mermaid. Her father is Chinese, and a mama is a different color. So they still made it a rainbow coalition. Was nothing's wrong with that. But I really wanted her to be, I call her Blackity Black Black. I mean, her fins are RBG. I wanted to make her dark, the darkest of all of them. Um, but the mermaids, because it was just representation. I don't know any little girl from my age on down, from from however, and I'm 42, so I don't know. When I was young, I mean, I don't know any little girls that didn't like mermaids. And so having a whole book of mermaids, but having them like all different spectrums and colors, but everything is just so beautifully black. It just made me think like I definitely want to. I wanted the book to catch people's eyes. I wanted it to pop. And when I saw the cover, when the cover was finally done and we finally got it done and everything was fixed, it was like, yep, that's it. That's it. And so I was like, yep, that's it. So I was really excited once the book became reality because I mean, I get letters, I get people that inbox me and DM me, and I'm just super excited. So it was just representation, I would say, that having a Black mermaid representation for sure.
I love that. And I love seeing Black authors do that because we do need to represent our people more in our community. So I'm so happy to hear you say that. I already knew the answer to that question when I typed it, but I wasn't sure if my viewers had questions. If you guys have questions for her, you guys, please comment below. This will be a quick episode. She does live in Texas. So, if anybody paying attention to the media, we all know that Texas is having issues and they want to reserve energy with cutting their power, which is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But I don't want to talk about Texas because I'm not from there, so I'm going to leave Texas alone. But my next question for you is, do you plan to write more books for the Black Brown community?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a series. So this is the first book in the series. I'm already working on my second book. I plan on doing a journal and an affirmation journal for little black girls, and the little black girl inside of you. So it's for the affirmation journal for if you got a daughter, you could do you can do the affirmation journal with your daughter or your son. But it's also if you don't have any children, you just want a fun black black girl magical melanin affirmation journal, then you could get that too. So I want to make it like where it doesn't matter what age, but I do want to do like fun things. So yeah, I'm working on that now, and then I'm starting my second book. I'm like halfway there. I've been writing every chance I get, but I'm really been promoting this, so that probably wouldn't be out to the 2022. But I plan on doing my affirmation journal hopefully in the fall.
I love that you're creating an affirmation journal because I do feel that more brown kids need that. So kudos to you because we
Yay.
kind of on the same path because I'm doing the same thing. Like, yes, I cannot wait to purchase and promote it on my podcast. Like,
Mine too. I don't have a podcast, but I can't wait to promote yours because
thank you.
your what you're doing is amazing too. So yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I will send you a copy of my coloring book.
Yep, and I'm gonna send you a copy of this as well. So we gonna both be seeing
You.
each other, boy. Yes, absolutely.
So it can be a trade off. I just send it to you once it's done and completed. Because my next question is, what I know you're talking about self affirmations and you've been talking about uplifting the Black queen, uplifting the little Black girl. But what would you tell your 6-year old self? Because you are dark skinned, you are beautiful. But I have seen a lot of dark skinned women get bullied because their skin tone. So what would you tell yourself today?
uh, what would I tell my 6-year-old first grade going to St. Francis Xavier in St. Louis, Missouri? What would I tell Miss Ameikah in the 6th grade? I would tell her that her melanin is beautiful and that don't let them tease you. Don't let them put the black in front of Ameikah like they did and call you Black Ameikah, and that hurt your feelings. Know your worth. Um, Believe that what your mama and daddy told you was the truth. That they didn't just have to say it; they said it because it was true. That your melanin is magical, it's amazing, and that you are beautiful, you are kind, you are smart, and walk in that. Don't just say it, but actually believe it, Ameikah. Walk in that beauty because you're beautiful, and and remember that beauty is inside and out. So treat people like you want to be treated. If you believe you're beautiful, be beautiful to people. Be kind to people because that's a part of that.
You know what? Growing up, I wasn't bullied because of my skin. I was bullied because of other things. But if I can look in a mirror, talk to my sixth grade self today, because I hated middle school. Middle school was terrible. I would tell myself, girl, you're going to be okay. One day you're going to be able to confront your bullies, and you are beautiful. Because when I was in sixth grade, I didn't think I was pretty at all. I thought I was so ugly. And if I can just go back and talk to myself when I was in sixth grade now, I would say, girl, hold your head up high because you are a black queen. You come from queens and goddesses, and you are amazing. I want you to snap and walk through this storm like it's nothing before. So if I can tell myself that back then, that's what I would tell myself.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought you said 6 year old, sixth grade. Yeah, that's a whole
I
nother
thought you
level
said
of.
sixth grade, so I went back and edited the question because I said, did she say sixth grade? Six
No,
year old,
I said 6 year old, but sixth grade. I mean, we could talk. Middle school is on a whole nother level on the
another
men's
level.
kids. You know, I
The
had a
kids,
clique, so that was kind of cool that I had a little crew that I was with. But unfortunately, you know,
you guys, if you can't hear, Anika, I can't hear you. Her,
hold on, share. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I thought you said sixth grade self. I said 6 year old. My 6 year old self, girl, I was full of life. Sixth grade, I was bullied. I ain't had no
Yeah, see,
clique.
I had that issue all growing up because my last name was Black and I was black, so it was mainly like Black Ameikah. But I carried myself. I had friends, so I wasn't like, it would be a bully here, a bully there. But the cool thing about it is I had good friends. So I had friends that loved me and I loved them. So I always kept me some friends. So this book is also for the kids that don't have that, because I don't know what that's like to not have friends, to not have a group of girls. So that's why I added some more verbiage, even with her interaction with her friends, to say that's how friends act, that's how friends are. They're kind to each other, and they compliment each other, because a lot of times little girls, especially little girls, need to know what a friend is like and not like. You don't treat people like a certain way, and that's not your friend. And I have to tell, my son that when he was younger, he's 24 now. I gotta tell him that now. That ain't your friend, dude. But like I think that's so important too. So this is a book too about how to treat friends. How do your friends are supposed to treat you? Because friends, I mean, that's something that I think a lot of little black girls struggle with, is the on the friendship level.
I can't argue with that. That was one of my struggles. And it's funny, as you get older, you start to see who your real friends are because friends start to fall off. And you won't understand why, like, why you're distancing yourself from me, why you act like this towards me. And you just start to embrace what a real friend is. A real friend gonna be there through thick and thin. That just as deep as I'm gonna go about that topic, but
That's a whole nother topic.
that's a whole episode
We
in
might have to
itself.
come back and
Like,
talk about that, sis, because that friendship stuff, grown and little, it starts little, but grown people doing crazy stuff, yeah. But if
mm-hmm.
you teach them young what a friend is and what it's not, that
And what
surely
a
would
friend
help.
look like,
What it
what a
look
friend,
like.
what they look like. Even when
Mm-hmm.
they're not around you, how they act or not when they're not around you is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't get that. My grandma used to always say, "Feed her with a long spoon handle," and I used to be like, "Grandma, what are you talking about?" And I never understood what she was talking about till I got older, and that's a whole nother episode in itself. But
Yeah.
yes, when you said that, I was like, "Yes, yes, yes." Um, we're not doing a commercial break today, you guys. I know you guys are probably like, "Yay, no crystal break." But did you have anything you want to promote? You have any sales going on with your book? I know you have a brand for t-shirts. And can you tell us about your t-shirt brand?
Okay, so again, my book is at Zahara Black Bookstore, and you can get the book. Every book you buy, purchase, then you get a little mermaid button with it. So, as far as my other brand is actually my t-shirt line, which is Authorities, Tees. So Authorities, and it's I'm walking in authorities. And it's a Christian t-shirt line, but the difference is that it focuses on social economic justice. So it's a little bit a lot more black. It's a black t-shirt that focuses on, like, my number one seller is justice ain't political, it's biblical. I have a 1619 shirt that's really popular on there. I have I Love the Skin I'm Melanin In, which will be on both of my sites. I mean, any type of Black History type of shirts, you can get some on there because I got really great shirts and they're really popular. I'm actually going to be at the Proctor Conference. It's the uh, largest Black conference for social justice in the nation. So my book, I'll have my virtual store there starting on the 19th of February. So yeah, so that in this Zara Black bookstore, those are my babies, and I would love for you guys to come on there. You can get 10% off. Just use Friendship West. That's my church, but y'all can use that promo code and get 10% off. It's Friendship West. And you can go on there, get some. One of my new ones is restoration over gentrification. So restoration, we need to be working on restoration over gentrifying our cities. So that's kind of speaks for itself. Restoration is in green for the land. The red line is the blood, and then the white is gentrification. So that's one of my newest ones. Another one that's really popular is the Black Church Got Something to Say. Kind of like when Andre 3000 said the South got something to say, or the Black church, the real Black church, got something to say when it comes to everything. So yeah, so those are just some. But I got one of my other popular ones is a Kaepernick shirt with all the people he was really kneeling for, and it says, "I'm gonna take a knee till we all are free." So I got a lot of great shirts on there, so y'all can come on there and get the 10% off. Send me some feedback on my Instagram, which is Authorities, or you can send me some feedback on the Adventures of Princess Amina, which is the name of my actual Instagram as well.
Well, I am so happy that you dropped your code. I did put it in the comments below. I'm not sure if my internet doing something because I'm looking at bars on my live. It's just did something. Can you guys hear me out there? That's weird. Okay. Keep doing that. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. If you want to purchase her book, please do. And also, one thing that us authors love is when you guys give us reviews. People
Yeah.
are not going to believe everything we say. So please review her book if you buy it. I want to put it up right here. If you need to screenshot that, please go ahead and screenshot that. Us supporting our Black authors is very important to me because we just need to promote us. Like,
Yes.
it's so important that we stick together and recycle our money within our community. I don't think we keep our money in our community that long. I think we'd be
Yeah.
so quick to support everybody else, but we don't want to support our friends and our cousins. And we be putting so much into our work, it's not funny. So I want you guys to really support this book. She is my first Black children author I had on this platform. I will have more. I cannot wait to keep interviewing Black queens and kings who are writing children books. Me writing my children book has been a process and a journey, and I am loving every minute of it. You guys have any questions? I've been making sure that I've been promoting her website as she talk. You have authorities.com and Zora Black. I think it's zorablackbookstore.com. So I want you guys to make sure you go cop that book, or you can also go on Amazon because you do have it on Amazon, right?
No, it's just on my website.
It's on your website. You're doing what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing. I ain't messing with Amazon. Amazon
Mm-mm.
takes too much profit.
Yeah, they take too much profit, and I like to write. So when they buy it from me, I can personally write it to whatever child. So I'm gonna stick with trying to do it myself.
Because Amazon,
Because
they be capping.
yeah, and really, to be honest, when I was when I go in clubhouse rooms and they say be a bestseller, they were like, you could be a bestseller by selling 30 books. But then when I did the math, I'm like, okay, so if I'm getting is $1.50 or $2 off of that book, so then I just make, if I sell 30 books, then I don't really make any money. If I sell 30 books and my profit is $10, then I could make 300 versus like $60. Like, I don't think that makes sense. So I mean,
You
just
just
so I
said a
can say,
mouthful. I just told somebody that. They looked at me like I was crazy. I said, I know somebody who sells stuff on Amazon and their work is dope. But when she told me her profit and I was on the phone with her, like, what? Huh? She told me she only made $2.50 per book. And I was like, $2.50. She was like, yeah. I was like, so what's the point of putting your stuff on Amazon?
because they can say they're bestseller, but my thing is,
You
I
don't
want
make no
this to
money.
be, yeah, I want to be able to buy more books. I want to be able to turn this into a brand. I can't do that making 60 book, $2.50 a book. I can make it doing the other things. So I can sell way less books than you say you bought, but I'll make way more money. And they were like,
I
well,
know
you
the
can only
difference.
advertise. I'm like, you can advertise yourself. You just have to. That's why I go into these groups. I'm not going to do all that extra stuff. I'm just trying to learn, okay, how can I monetize my business? How can I grow it?
How can I
Because
promote my book?
yeah, how can I promote and sell my book? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me
I
to
really
do it
think
that way.
I think a lot of people they books on Amazon because they want their name attached to Amazon. But Amazon take too much profit. Like when I read I was reading the fine. This would took me so long to produce this baby right here because I was like, hold up, what? No, no. And I'm like, no way. And what really got me was they kind of own rights to your stuff too. Like, I'm like, did anybody not read that? So I was like, oh, I'm not going through Amazon. Like, I'm doing this all on my own. But I think a lot of people go through Amazon, not just for that reason. It's a cheaper price. I mean, if you doing it through your own website, you have to buy like probably 300-400 books out of your own pocket, and
Yeah,
that ain't cheap.
that's
And
not cheap.
you're not guaranteeing you're gonna sell 300-400 copies. You just can't buy one copy and think you have to buy a bulk. So I get it.
Yeah, like eventually I want to do the bulk in China, and that'll be a whole nother conversation. But because you can, it's much cheaper, but you have to at minimum buy 500 to
500.
1,000.
I
So
looked
that's
into
what I'm
China.
working
Yep.
on, because that's what I definitely want to do, because I'm okay with that if it's gonna be $3 a book, or So it's like, wait, but first you gotta wait long, and then I mean, you gotta wait long, but the quality is really good from the ones that have given me the
Right.
information. It's just that you have to buy so many. So
Right. In China, you have like I found vendors and I was looking, I was like, I got 500 copies, but in the shipping, and I was like, okay, so 500 times this, okay, it's $2 a book, but then the shipping was like, whoa, I was like, okay, let me just go this route. I'm gonna make less profit, but it's gonna be okay. But I feel you. Because I wasn't sure if you was
mhm.
on Amazon. I know most artists that I do talk to are all on Amazon. So me and you on the same page. Because
Yeah, I
I'm not.
like that, sis. But it's all about trying to monetize our business. Like, I
Mhm.
think a lot of things too. It's like Amazon it equals clout. Like you say, yes, my book is on Amazon, and it's like, and when I say no, I'm just selling on my website. Some people look like, Like, oh, like for you, but no, that's
Not for me,
intentional.
because you
It's
don't know the business side,
yeah,
sis. The
exactly.
business side. I mean, like I told somebody I wasn't gonna sell on Amazon. They looked at me like I was crazy. Like you should. No, I don't think I am, because when I
And
looked at
especially
the,
when you start, when my goal is to start doing bulk. I mean, like bundles. I mean, so a T-shirt with some pajamas, a party set with the
and
book.
you can't do it on
And you
Amazon.
can't do that on Amazon. So,
Nope.
and then you can't write your own. I write to everybody that I buy my book. I write to whoever they ask. You can't do that on Amazon. So I'm gonna keep it this way. And just I'm
Okay.
just praying that God continues to grow it so that I can make it a brand.
It's going to happen, because like I love your passion behind both of your brands, your Christian brand and your book. Like it's going to happen. I believe it's
Thank
going
you.
to happen. So yeah, we're on the same page, because I'm not playing with Amazon. Now Barnes and Noble, I may go that route. I like them. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get mine in stores. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna exclusively sell mine on my website, because my mission is to really talk about autism, and I really want the brown black community to learn about it and know about it and have access to it. They can have questions, they can go to my website and get resources. So mine's, I want it on my website when I first kick it off, but I plan to put it in stores.
I gotta
Because I
find this
really,
list and I'm gonna send it to you. It's got all the black bookstores in the nation.
oh, send it to me.
Yeah, I will.
Send it to me, because
Yeah, I'll find it.
I'm
I
currently working with a bookstore in Atlanta right
once
now.
my internet get back up and all that good stuff, and I
Oh
let
yeah, 'cause I know you in Dallas. You in
yeah,
Texas with the shenanigans.
yeah.
The
So if it's
shenanigans is
getting
what I'm
dark,
talking.
out, in where you see me, then that's why.
Oh, I know you good. You good. I understand. Like Atlanta, we can't handle snow either. We ain't New York. We Atlanta. So I get it. And they be making them jokes. Yeah, they can keep their jokes. We from the South. We don't do snow.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I wonder if anybody have any questions in the audience. You guys want to know where to purchase her book? I already posted it. I will post it in the comments when I get off the live, so you guys can see it. Actually, it's in the box. You look at the box above me, you will see all her information. If you're on YouTube, look below us, you see all her information. So actually, I don't have to post it because it's already there. So, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm your girl, Crystal J, and today I had the amazing Zora Black, and I hope you guys support that Melon book. Yes, I am loving it, and I didn't want to mess up her name of her book, y'all. Yeah, I'm good at messing up people's names. For the last 2 weeks, I've been like swimming in bad names. But does anybody have any more questions, or do you have anything else you want to add?
Just thank you for having me.
Oh, you're
I
so
appreciate
welcome.
it. Yeah, I just appreciate it, and thank you for the support of anybody that, even if they just write a kind word on my Instagram, I'll take that. But thank you for choosing me to be the first Black children's author on your podcast. So I just appreciate it, and yeah, support this, and always, if you email me, DM me, if you want me to write it to somebody in particular, a child, and I definitely take time out to write something to everyone.
I love that. When I say I love that, when I follow her on Instagram, you guys, I follow all my guests. And one thing I noticed when she write her book, she write actually in the book. It's not like a note; it's actually in the book. Like she have a whole handwritten. They don't teach cursive no more, and she just write a beautiful note to each kid, and no letter is the same. And I noticed it by me looking at it, and I said, "That is so amazing. That
Thank
is so
you.
dope, and that's so inspirational." Because I know I ain't gonna do that, because my handwriting is so it's being like my personality. But yeah, so but I love how you do that. It's so cute and thoughtful. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're so welcome. So you guys, by the end of the episode, if you have any questions for her, please contact her. I'm trying to make sure she has some juice on her phone, because like I told you guys, she's in Dallas and I don't want her to lose all her juice on her phone. So I'm about to let her go. And thank you guys so much for watching this episode.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.